Now, a very interesting thing we are going to read and learn what that passage wants to tell us. It is completely about the practice. Why I said that is, children are supposed to mock the elders, copycat. If he whistles, the son will also start whistling. Whistling I am talking about. And remaining all, how he smiles, how he laughs and how he walks, if at all we observe, many of the features of the elderly people, the younger people, they copy. So, we have seen the importance of biographical sketch, biography, autobiography. Why this? I already told you that we copy, we repeat the same thing as they have done, or whatever they have done, we learn something and we follow it. So likewise, how this has come into the children, this is innate quality of the children. Innate means it is there in them from the birth. What is that one? To copy others. How it has come? Almost every animal, it has that tendency. What is that one? To copy, to follow, to do the same thing as elders do. So now the human being, slowly he is neglecting that tendency, that character. Why? Because he is again, what I can say is influenced by the other thing, his own ego. Why I should copy him? Why I should be like him? And I asked many of the students, what you would become? What would you like to become? Then I want to become Sachin Tendulkar. You see, he did not say, I want to become a batsman or super batsman like Sachin Tendulkar. He says, I want to become Sachin Tendulkar. See to it. That is innate. It is there in the birth itself. But in between something comes is ego. Why I should be like that? Why I should not have my own thing? Then there he gets stuck for some time. And then he becomes slow. The copying tendency is there from the birth, and if at all he pushes his ego into this copying tendency, his learning process becomes slow, falls slow. Means what? He has to copy. And if at all he has to copy, and the elders, the teachers, whosoever are there, they are to remind him the same tendency once again. If that is reminded to him again, he remembers it. Yes, why I am like this? Why I should not be like that? Why I should not be like my teacher? Why I should not be like my mother? Why I should not be like my uncle? Why I should not be like my father or grandfather? Again he goes there. Then he practices it. Now, the hierarchical things what we see here is an actor's son is becoming an actor. A director's son is becoming a director. A musician's son is becoming a musician. That is, he has some interest for the music and he is following the trade, the same trade of his family continuing. And a businessman's son is doing business. And maybe there is 1 out of 100 going out of the way. But the copying tendency is there with us. Now, how it is proved out, how it has come to. Let us see. The story talks about a Pelican watch. That is, the birds, they are very strict on their offsprings. Very strict. very disciplined. He has to do means he has to do it, that's all. No matter of pity, no question of sympathy. And so we say in education also we should not show sympathy, no love, no affection. Unless he finishes, I don't give you food. Unless you finish this, you are not entertained to watch the TV. Stop certain thing. Threaten him for certain thing. That should be there. We should not show any kind of sympathy or affection when it comes to learning. That is what we are going to learn out of this lesson. So how it occurs, let us see. Here under D10 we have a reading passage, and after reading it, let us have the discussion. Have a class discussion on the great lesson that human beings can learn from Papa Pelican. Now you see how, what we can say, reluctant the father Pelican for its offspring. One day, my father took me fishing with him. Took me to the fishing. That two and the can be eliminated, not necessary. So here you can see, one day my father took me fishing with him. I told him that I wasn't ready to use my own fishing pole yet. Fishing pole, the rod and the thread, a hook and a worm we have to keep. This is what is the fishing practice, right? The kid is not ready to use his own pole, means he doesn't know how to put it all the, or he doesn't want to use it whatsoever. But he brought two fishing poles anyway. I sat in the boat and watched the sea birds as my father untied the fishing boat from the dock and started up the motor. Fishing boat, a small boat will be there, equipped with motor. It need not to be rowed. And when the water is still there, the boat can be, motor can be stopped, and you can sit on the boat and you can fish. And you don't find any fish over there, again row from there by the motor, go somewhere, there again you stop the motor, and in the still water you can wait. That is motorized fishing boat. So his father loosened this motor boat, and both were in the boat, and they were going to started the motor and they were going to the still waters. And meanwhile the son was watching the sea birds. What is there to see the sea birds? There is much in it. What kind of birds are those funny ones with the tiny heads and fat bodies? I asked, pointed two birds not far from us. There are two birds, a pair of birds are over there. How are they? They have the tiny head, a beak, a long beak, and a bag-like structure under that beak, and the body is fat again. So that kind of birds were two, and I asked my father, what kind of birds are these? Right? So we can understand that son doesn't know what kind of bird is it. My father looked up and said, they are pelicans. They are pelicans there. Right? And if you want to see the pelicans, the GSMC had put 2 to 3 pelicans over there in the Madhipatnam crossroad. Not pelican, real ones. They are replicas of pelicans there. Right? Red body will be there, and a beak underneath the bag-like structure, and a beak, long beak, small head, and a very fat body. They can fly. Very long legs will also be there. The little one looks angry. It keeps flapping its wings at the big one. Why the younger one, the small one, why it is angry? Looking angry, very angry it is. Why? And moreover, it is flapping its wings angrily to the bigger one. Why? My father said, looks like the big one with the yellow feathers around his eyes is the papa. That little one with the grey and white wing feathers must be his baby. This baby wants to sit with him on his post. So, see, very clear. The bigger one and having the white feathers around its eyes, it is the maybe papa, the bigger one, the father. And the other one smaller with the white wings and grey hair around the eyes, it is supposed to be the baby, the son. And the father doesn't like the baby to sit on its pole. Right? A pole is there. There the papa sits, and the papa doesn't like the baby to sit along with it. And that appears there is a hitch between the father and the baby or the son. But he won't let her, I said, as I pointed out how the papa Pelican kept pushing the baby Pelican off the post. But it is the troublemaker is the papa, you see. It is not the baby. Papa is not allowing, the father is not allowing the baby Pelican to sit along with it. Why it should do like that? Oh, look, my father said, Papa's going to dive for a fish. There he goes. Papa is G-O-N-N-A has been written over there. It is going to. Gonna. That way we have to read. How to read it? Let me tell you. How? Oh, look. My father said, Papa's gonna dive for a fish. There he goes. Going to dive for a fish. There he goes. You see, he is going to dive and catch a fish. Go, baby Pelican, I laughed. She has nabbed the post. Dad, now I wanted the baby Pelican to go onto the papa's place. Now it is vacant. Papa is not there, father is not there. So I want the baby Pelican to sit over there. So I shouted at the Pelican, go, go, go take your papa's place. And I told my father, Dad, you see, he is taking the nab at the post. He has taken the post now. Not for long. The baby must have taken over the post where the father is not there. It is not for long, you see. My father replied with a cool smile playing on his lips. Cool smile playing on his lips. Not for long. That is it. Means the smile should tell the expression. Sure enough, Papa Pelican came up with a fish in his mouth. He flew to his messy post, pushed off baby Pelican, and swallowed the fish. See to it. The fathers, they earn, they bring, they feed the children. The children never feel that they are dependent. They do all nonsense because father is there. Right? If father says, beta, you go out and try to earn, you must have read about a story in Hindi, Athanni. Right? The father, he wanted his son to earn because the son was very arrogant and very prodigal. So father wanted to earn something and bring by evening. If not, he will not be served with the dinner. And the son goes weeping to his mother and asks the mother. Mother gives him a 1 rupee coin, a very new one, brand new. And the son in the evening, he places this coin into his father's hand. Father says, beta, you throw it into the well and come, then you will have your dinner. So the beta rushed to the well and he threw the coin into the well and comes. Then father said, today I am giving you food and this 1 rupee you did not earn.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.